So today we're going to be playing in the Gabrielle Union Bob. I think I'm funny, huh? She was sent to me by a brand by the name of OMG Her Hair. They sent some goodies, 2-inch elastic, my favorite, some bobby pins, a rat tail comb, some brown wig caps, and they also, of course, sent the language. You got a little brochure here, and they also gave me some instructions on, you know, what I got. So this here is a 12-inch bob. It's 150% density. It's Indian hair texture, and again, her name is Gabrielle Union. Ironically, I'm watching through my window or my mirror in this room. I'm watching the latest movie from Gabrielle Union, which is pretty funny. Anyways, back to the wig. There's 3 combs in the front, 1 in the back, adjustable straps. There's lace in the back in case you want to put her up. She is pre-parted, and you see she's like a natural, nice chocolate brown. It's almost like she had a little bit of highlights in the front. Not, you know, man-made highlights, but just the donor probably has some natural highlights going. This wig is pre-parted. Very beautiful start. If you go ahead and bleach your knots on that opposite side, that's going to look gorgeous. But as you can see, when you get a wig and it says pre-parted or even a lace closure, it looks like this. There is no knots to be bleached in that parting. So I'm going to go ahead and do my usual and slay. So first thing we do is cut off the lace. Usually at this point, if you're going to add an elastic band, you should have done it already. This wig did fit pretty snug, so I didn't add one. And I also knew I was going to use a different method by bonding the wig down. So lately I've been seeing a lot of people use just the freeze spray from Got To Be Glued to go ahead and bond their wigs down. I've done this too before, and so I decided this was going to be the easiest way to get the job done. I only did 1 layer because I'm not necessarily interested in this wig being bonded down for like days and days and days and days. I just wanted it to stick down so it doesn't slide back, if that makes any sense. So I let it dry off camera. It probably dried for a good like 4 minutes or so. It kind of dripped down my face, and as you can see, I do not shave my sideburns anymore, so I don't know how this is going to go, but it's going to be all natural from here on out because I do like to wear my natural hair a little bit more often during the week, even if it's just around the house, just to let my hair breathe, get used to, you know, my natural hair again, and learning how to, you know, rock it. And we sneezed once. I think I sneezed twice. Yep. I've been sick for like the last week and a half, so I'm so sorry guys, but I'm finally coming out of it. Now I'm going to put a thick glob of the yellow Got To Be Glue. On this side I put a lot, like a lot. I had to wash my hair this morning to get that out, but I let that dry a little bit off camera until it got semi-white. On this side I put so much it wasn't getting white, so I waited. I came back and just went ahead and did it. What I'm noticing is that when I have hair right here, it does not bond with the Got To Be Glued or the Got To Be Glued spray. So let me know you guys' experience. If you guys are able to bond your wigs down, if you have like sideburns or hair right there, you know what I mean? It doesn't work for you because it sure don't work for me. Now I'm going to use a Tangle Teaser style brush to go ahead and just comb the hair out. I didn't get any tangling or shedding during this process, which is a good sign. And then at the last minute, I just decided to go ahead and just wet the entire wig. Now I kind of wish I would have just switched the parting to a center part. It would have looked better with this wig. Again, this wig is very affordable. It starts at $96, I believe, and that's for 150% density is basically what I have. If you want it to be a little bit fuller, my recommendation for a bob wig is always going to be 180% density to get the maximum amount of fullness to be able to do any and every style and it feel and look good. And here I am sick again. My son was sick for a week before I got sick. Someone in the family got him sick before I got sick. It's just been a hot mess. But I'm going to take my leave in. You guys know I love the can too. and I saturated the hair with it so that when it dries nice and moisturized and no frizz. Now, if I didn't mention, this wig is pre-plucked, so it comes pre-parted and pre-plucked, and it's Indian hair, best of all of the worlds, right? So if I would have just left it as is and just cut the baby hairs to be a little bit shorter, it still would have looked pretty dense with the baby hairs. So I used my fingers and the pull method just to kind of thin it out. I didn't want to make any bald spots, but I just literally wanted to make it much more sparse so that when I cut the baby hairs short and I swoop, it'll all look really good. And now we cut. I would say cut anywhere from between 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch pieces, and they don't have to all be even. Now, I don't know what I was thinking here. My freeze spray didn't work as well as I wanted it to, so I wanted to use the yellow got to be glued. This one is better in that it has a better hold than the black one that I normally use, but as you can see, it comes on white, and I haven't used this in a while, so I forgot, and I just laid it on like I would lay the black one on, and as you can see, hot mess. I'm gonna fix all this, don't worry. But when I laid it on, I was like, oops, I made a huge mistake. Now remember, this is gel, so if you really just make a hot mess with it, go ahead and wet down the area that you apply it to, and that'll help to move the product, you know, pretty much out. But this one definitely is more cakey. Like, it sometimes will dry like this cakiness, and then if you put powder on top, you know, to conceal your knots, it's just going to be a hot mess, which is why I stick to the black one. I got an instant reminder of why I use the black one, and I never ever pull out the yellow. Now, if I would have just used a little less, I wouldn't have had such a huge problem. And it also dries, so it dries really fast, and it's very tacky because it is a stronger hold. So once it dries, you kind of have to wet it or add a little foam to kind of move it, which is a good thing and a bad thing. So I'm going to go ahead and put a scarf down and let that dry, simply because I don't want that white, so I want to let it completely dry before I add my powder. Now I've let it dry, went ahead and finished watching my movie for about 20 minutes, and I'm adding some powder to the parting. You can kind of sort of see there, you can see my cap. This is one example of where you need to use the stocking cap method. I'm probably going to start using that more often because I'm finding lately that a lot of my wigs, when I'm slaying them, you're either seeing the stocking cap or something that's sliding back, and it's just not looking as flawless as I want. I just did a tutorial on how to slay a wig with no baby hair. I'll have it linked down below. And in that one, I also felt like I needed to use the stocking cap method, you know, because I wanted the no baby hair and like basically put the hair straight back. And it just wasn't looking like what I wanted to look like, because the hairline or the baby hair or the frontal, I guess you would say, would kind of buckle in the front. But I'm rambling. At this point, I'm just wetting it and kind of teasing it and kind of scrunching it. I find that mousse is a great product to use if you want to scrunch the hair and add a little bit more body. If I would have opted for 180% density, I definitely would not have had to scrunch, but the scrunch just adds a little bit of body and volume if the hair is a little bit too thin for your liking. Now here, the baby hair or the sideburns are actually super thick, so I decided to tweeze it out so that it'll look a little bit more natural. And as you can see here, it's freaking turning white. For a quick second, I was confused, like, bruh, what is going on with this wig? And then I remembered I added that freeze spray. It dries, and if you tease it as I did with this tweezers, it kind of turns white and crusty. So you can use water to kind of loosen that up, or you can use a foam lotion. I chose the foam lotion and just used a little bit of a rag to kind of dab that out. Once that dries, I'm going to add a little bit of powder on top of that. Just be mindful, you don't want it to look too cakey and messy. Now I'm going to take my Way texturizing spray. I feel like I needed a little bit more volume at the top. You can also, if you don't have a texturizing spray, you see how it kind of adds a little bit of a lift. Okay, so this is pretty much the look. I've been really into the bobs lately, but I definitely have not done a wet bob, so I decided to do this one in a wet style. Again, this is the Gabrielle Union Bob, and it comes from OMG Her Hair. Absolutely love her. What I love most about her is that I could have chosen to do a hot style or a heated style. In fact, I had my one curl all ready to go, and it was already heating up. And I decided, you know, I've been really into bobs this summer. It's been so hot in LA. So I've done quite a few bobs for you, but I really haven't done like a cute little wet and go. And I'm absolutely in love with it. Now, I should have kind of shifted the wig. I put it on exactly, you know, centered, and it did come pre-parted, but I feel like I should have shifted it to be a little bit more deeper of apart. That way I could have just had more va-va-voom right here. But you guys know, once you go ahead and your baby hairs are kind of bonded down, it's just going to be a headache to switch it up. So after I shower, probably tomorrow, I'll shift it a little bit for a little bit more of a dramatic effect, and then I can still put her up into like a little like bald-headed ponytail if I need it completely out of my face. What's cool about this wig is that it starts at $96, so it's definitely very affordable. The way the website works, if you click the link in the description bar to the wig, you'll see that you're able to pretty much build the wig. So if you want this wig and you're on a budget, you can get a really nice wig just like this one for $96. But of course, when you go longer in length and then you customize it and add like more density and things like that, it does get a little bit more expensive. Not too much, not too crazy, but the point is that if you are on a budget, this is a great website. This time I did go and choose my L'Oreal True Match in the color Cocoa. This one I always use. This is one of my favorites, and it's from the drugstore. So it's super affordable. It was 12 inches and it's pre-plucked, so I really didn't have to do much. So yeah, that's my whole little spill on this one. Really cool. They gave me a little note to let you guys know all about it. The texture of the hair is Indian Remy hair. Really cool, and it definitely feels Indian Remy. Like when I first pulled it out of the box, you guys see, especially in the root, it didn't look like Brazilian or Malaysian, so I knew it had to be Indian. The density on this one is 150% density. I always recommend that when you do a bob at this length, between 115 and 180 are usually good lengths. This one comes in my face really good, so 180 might have been a little bit more full right here for the volume. But if you want it to be fuller without having to finesse it or add a texturizing spray, I definitely would recommend going up to 180% density. But this one worked out for the cause. Obviously the color is natural black. It came with 4.5 inches of parting space. The cap is medium brown, and then the wig size that I got was average cap. I did not add an elastic band. You guys know I always add an elastic. The cap itself fits really good. It doesn't fit too loose or snug, but of course I went ahead and bonded it down so it's not going to move. But if I did not add the Got To Be Glue gel, then I definitely would have added the elastic. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this cute one right here. I'm liking this little, you know, this little style right here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to check out OMG Her Hair. This one is linked in the description bar for you guys to check out. Also, don't forget to subscribe, share this video with all your homies, put them onto a cute little bob starting at $96. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.